Hi friends, I hope you're having a good day. Happy holidays. You're joining me here, Janine, Tangleweeds creator, artist, in my workshop today for basically an IGTV version of my newsletter in a way. I wanted to drop in for three main reasons. To go over some nuts and bolts stuff about the rest of the holiday season and what you can expect from Tangleweeds. Talk about some more behind the scenes stuff and stuff relating to my creative journey and where I'm at, things that you might find interesting. But first, to express my gratitude to all of you, whether you have bought a piece this year or bought many pieces this year, or shared my newsletter with someone or commented on a photo or even just liked a photo, whatever if you've offered something up in the way of support of my work and Tangleweeds, it has meant the world to me. It always does, but it especially does this year in 2020 because it has been a year. So many memes, so many different ways of saying it, but it's been a very challenging year, and I don't think I have to say that for anyone to realize that. But so I'm very grateful for all of you, and moving forward with Tangleweeds into 2021, your support means the world to me. So with that said, in my newsletter, and it's mainly around new work, sales, shipping, and an Instagram story sale. So let's go over those things. I want to remind people that if you want to order from me and hopefully receive your item or items in time for Christmas, you need to order by December 14th. That is a Monday. I will say it is looking like now that it would be foolish of me to say that I can guarantee you'll get your order in time for Christmas if you order on the 14th. I really hope you will, but USPS is already starting to fall behind. A short side note, the kind of thing you'd get in my newsletter. My parents live in a really rural area where they know their postal service worker really well, and he has already confided in them that they are starting to fall dramatically behind on things. So I'm taking that to heart. The sooner you can order, the better. On that note, another nuts and bolts thing, and maybe the more exciting thing, is I'm going to have new work this Tuesday, the 8th, available in my shop. So you can get an order in well before the 14th. It's going to be new work. It's going to be, everything will be one of a kind. I guess there's one design that's not one of a kind, but everything else will be one of a kind. I'm going to have a special gift offer for newsletter subscribers. So also another reason to get on my newsletter. And since I'm going on about my newsletter right now, because I know all of our email inboxes get inundated all of the time. So I understand if you have a reluctance to wanting to subscribe to another newsletter, but I will say I send out about one a week at my height. It usually gets quieter during quieter times of the year, and you might get one a month from me, but I try to share something relating to my life or something I've learned, or just something about what inspires me with every newsletter, and pretty photos and all that good stuff. And if you want to subscribe, there's always a link in my profile. You can also just DM me your email and say, hey, add me to your newsletter. Trying to make things easy this year because enough hasn't been easy. But it's a great way to stay connected to what I'm doing if you want to stay connected to what I'm doing. So there's that. So yeah, new work though, this Tuesday, the 8th, all available on my website, special gift for newsletter subscribers. And then I will say and then the final date to order from me and definitely get it in time for the holidays is December 14th. The very following day, December 15th, I'm going to have a final IG stories sale, where if you followed me long enough, you know I do these sales in my IG stories. I post things. Usually it's really good, like it's clearance stuff, it's clearance prices. But I'm going to be posting one last IG stories sale on the 15th. And that stuff will ship in time for holiday gifts. Like I said, provided USPS stays on top of things. That's, that's the deal. I think that's all the nuts and bolts stuff. You can always shoot me a message if there's something you're wondering about. But now I wanted to mention that if you've noticed that my work has been airing, I've been retiring a lot of designs this year. I have been moving towards much more limited edition and one-of-a-kind work. I've been working with more unusual stones, and I intend to keep with that direction. I know how to address this. I know a lot of Tangleweeds longtime followers and supporters have come to me for more simple, classic, everyday pieces, and I'm still going to have those, but I'm going to continue moving in that direction of the more veering more towards a statement piece, limited edition, unusual stones. Although I will say I have some really good everyday jewelry pieces coming out with the new collection on the 8th, Tuesday. So definitely check that out. One of the stones I'm gonna have is this. If you're not very familiar with stones, like probably none of this will sound familiar to you, but it's two stones that form together. It's Sticktite, which is a purplish stone, forming in serpentine, which is a greenish stone. Also, serpentine happens to be the state rock of California, which I just find to be interesting. If you're a California lover, I mean, why not wear a little bit of California on your neck or on your ears? But or California love. But and when Sticktite forms in serpentine like that, that stone formation has its own name, which I'll reveal on Tuesday. But anyways, it's the pieces that I made with those stones are a good example of like a little bit more unusual, but still very everyday wearable, and they're going to be available for holiday gifts. But anyways, and then I think the last thing I'll talk about before I wrap up, I don't want this to get too long, is, this year has been so difficult for so many of us, probably all of us, and I wholeheartedly sympathize with that. And that's why I said at the beginning, like, I'm grateful if you've even just liked my work or shared my work with, with someone. I know financially we're not all in a place to indulge in, handmade anything. I think the last thing I'll just say is a thank you for all of the support too that many of you have offered in the wake of my partner, Jeffrey Boozer, passing away this year. He passed away from complications from type 1 diabetes, which is it's not a secret. And I know I've talked about it a little bit on here. I've shared in more detail some of my experiences around that in my blog. And so I encourage anyone who wants to read more about that to read my blog. I find that I know there are a lot of people on Instagram telling their grief stories very well and effectively on Instagram. And maybe I would use this platform that way more one day, but for now, it's just not my emphasis. I find that the experience lends itself to nuance and time and patience, and not short, pithy, stories on Instagram or even an IGTV episode necessarily. So I find that writing my blog posts gives me time to reflect in a way that then I want to share with anyone who might want to read it. But anyways, that's about it. Life keeps moving along. I think that is something we have all learned is that even in a year like this, things keep moving along. And I know I plan to take some time off once the last order is out the door. Probably won't officially close my shops, but there will be some shipment delays if you place orders during that time off. As an artist, I think that time of recharging is really essential and necessary in order to keep creating work that I'm proud of. But yeah, I think I'll wrap up there. Thank you for joining me. Cheers to hopefully a better 2021. I know it's not like a switch is going to get flipped when it becomes 2021 and everything's going to go back to normal, but we've got this, I think. So anyways, thank you for watching and happy holidays.